I'm Brother Steve from Hollywood, California. Woo! It's a great day. It's a great weekend. So glad to see each and every one of you on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Why? Because it's the Lord's day. You know how they say, let us rejoice and be glad. What does that really mean? Let us rejoice and be glad. Maybe Pastor can answer that today. Let us rejoice and be glad. Well, we're going to do some rejoicing today because guess what? We have a double header for you. We've got Pastor Eric Scott and his son, recording artist Darrin Scott. We call them the Scotts. If you like the Scotts, let me open the comments. I'm opening the comments up right now, and you can start commenting. If you want to say hi to the Scotts, and let us hear from you and see how y'all doing. Pastor Scott is pastor, Church of God in Christ, and we're excited for him. But the church was so good today, he did not even get a chance to preach. Don't worry, he's not going to preach on the broadcast tonight. He said, but he's going to preach soon. Maybe next week. Maybe in the online broadcast this week. I don't know. We got some Facebook friends say hello to the Scotts. All right, there we go. The Scotts. Pastor Scott, his son. We're going to hear the new music from his son and him both right here. Brother Steve live from Hollywood, California. You stay tuned.
From Hollywood.
Yo, DJ.
Are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.
Hello, I'm Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hey, it's LaToya Luckett, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
This is Rance Allen, and you're watching my friend, Brother Steve TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Leandra Johnson, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hi, this is Rodney Darkchild Jerky. This is Chris Tucker. This is Kirk Franklin.
And you are watching Brother Steve.
And you're watching Brother Steve.
Brother Steve TV.
Stay tuned.
From Hollywood, California, you're watching Brother Steve TV.
It's the Praise Jam party, yep, it's going up. Brother Steve, the Sunshine Band, that's what's up. Him and his crew, they really making stations nervous. Brother Steve deliver hits like the Postal Service. Must I remind you of his credentials? Brother Steve, go hard, he go large, he's monumental. That's it, it's over. A finality, call the Paul Bearers, the station's buried in Cali.
360, going hard for the Lord. It's the Praise Jam party. Brother Steve is in charge. For all the hot exclusives and the brand new styles, tune in every week. Adjust your radio dial to the most unpredictable show on the airwaves. From the land of the stars to the home of the brave. We go hard for the Lord. Yeah. That's how we rep the Christ. We don't apologize for it. We go hard.
Going to bring in the Scotts right now. Darrin liked that beat, don't you? That beat was kind of fat, Darrin. When he like, yeah, that joke was off the chain, Doc. It was kind of fat. We're grateful for that, Doc. It's a great weekend. We are so glad to be here. So glad to see each and every one of you from this wonderful weekend here in Hollywood, California. Pastor Scott, Doc, how you doing? How is the East Coast? How you doing?
Nice over here. I'm doing good, man. It's very nice today.
Man, okay, well, I'm gonna give you that. We know we're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about Baltimore,
Yes.
Baltimore, Maryland. We're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about this beautiful weather we're having in California. It was so hot, we had to turn the air conditioner on in the house and in the studio today.
Not here. That wasn't our case.
Yeah, it wasn't your case, huh? It wasn't your case.
No, sir.
No air conditioner, huh?
No, not at all. Less heat, though.
Heat?
Less heat.
Less heat. Okay, yeah. He's trying to make it shine. You know it's got some cold air and some snow on the ground out there. How was church today? Tell me about your church services and tell me about your church, first of all, so everybody know where you're from. And we want the members, if you're watching, Pastor's going to ask you to call in or make a comment. How was church today, Pastor?
Man, it was off the hook. It was God met us in a way, man, and before the worship praise was done, he had moved to the building. So I said, I'm not going to preach the word. I mean, there was nowhere to go. He took over the service, and I gave him a prophetic word from the word of God, and then sent him home. Man, it was awesome time. Awesome time.
Isn't it wonderful when you're really doing good ministry and you're really doing great ministry, and the Lord just comes in, and people need to understand when the move of God happens, sometimes ain't enough for you to say. He will speak. He will see. That's what the season passes. Some people just got, well, let me just get it out. Well, then you're gonna get it out, all right. You go be outside.
Yes.
It's not time for all that. Sometimes when the Lord, he know what he's doing. He knew what he was doing before you started preaching.
Exactly.
As a child, he already knew this day was gonna come. He knew. Sometimes you ain't got nothing to say. Just be quiet.
He knew. I spent hours in prep, but I said, all right, God, whatever. Yes, Lord. That's our thing, right? Yes, Lord. So.
Wow.
Amen. Yeah, it's been never time.
I think we're having a slight earthquake here in California right now. So we felt if you see some stuff moving in the background, it's just a slight little shake. But we keep going, just earthquake live on the broadcast.
Now over here on this coast. Over here.
That's how I balance it out for you, make you feel good.
That's it.
But we didn't move. I didn't move. I just okay, just a little tremor, and we good. Now, when you see stuff in the studio falling off the walls, this broadcast over. I'm like, God is moving here too. This show is over.
Done.
Let me say, we've got some people right there who are members of the church. Tell us the name of your church and a little bit about it. And it looks like we got some members. If you're in one of our groups and you're having problems with commenting, just enter the button to register or get a comment in, and just place your name. So when it says Facebook, you just put your name. Church is off the hook today. It was on fire. Just put your name in your comments so Pastor can know who's commenting out there and all those great things. Tell us about your church. He said, okay, go. I say go pop. Go, Darrin. All right. Well, Darrin ain't on yet. Why you telling Darrin to go? You want him to get off or go somewhere? Why ain't on yet? All right. Yes, we have a slight shake. So it's live TV. Lighthouse Worship Center. All right. Now they're gonna put the name of the church and not their name in. Okay. Sorry about it. Lighthouse Worship Center. Let's talk about Lighthouse. Is Lighthouse in the house? All right. Okay. We got. Thank you, Rusty. Rusty got it right. Hey, see now we know Rusty got it right. And thank you, Rusty. Let me see. EJ Scott. All right. EJ Scott's in the house. Pastor, no.
Oldest son.
Your oldest son.
Eric Jr. Yeah, it's my boy.
Really?
Yes.
Now, does he sing or play the banjo or anything or ukulele?
He plays the organ.
Oh, wait a minute. Now he an organ player, huh?
Yes, sir.
So Musa Brown is in the house.
That's my daughter.
Okay.
Raised her from 12 years old.
So that means, is everybody in the living room at the Scott's house behind the wall commenting, or did they just everywhere? Here they go. Here they go. Here they come. Michelle's in the house. Musa's in the house. Michelle's in the house. Jennifer, here's my friend Jennifer. She's probably commenting on my page. Jennifer Carrington. She does apps. Yeah, she builds apps and stuff like that. She's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she builds apps.
We need to speak. We need to speak soon.
See, Jennifer, I had to hook you up already. She builds apps. It's already done, Kim. Amen. Well, let me say this. Lighthouse is on fire right now.
My church, Janine.
Bishop, yes, they coming through. So now, while you're on, I need y'all to share this so that way you all can just keep it going and get the other members up, wake them up, because only 9:15, 9:20 there in Baltimore. Tell me, let me start talking. Tell me about the church and where you're located.
Okay, we're on 2931 East Madison Street in Baltimore, Maryland. And it's inner city church. We much like Bishop Blake's church, West Angeles, we're in the hood. But we service in the hood well. And so we thank God for the opportunity to serve in that neighborhood. We have a millennial church. I mean, a lot of millennials there, more than the older people.
Really?
A lot of them.
Millennials.
Yeah, and I'm one of the older ones, and I'm not that old.
Really? And you know what? Let me say this. I can tell because Bishop Smith is in the house. You know, I can tell Bishop Timothy Smith in the house.
Yes, sir.
They are blowing up the comment box. So, you know what? I'm going to give Lighthouse some love. They are blowing up the comment box. Pastor, you know, when you speak, your folks is listening because they tagging, they blowing it up, and I'm seeing the people coming on, and we just showing love to everybody there that's part of Lighthouse. Doc, what makes your church different?
We are a mixture of with COGIC, but we do everything. You know, we don't just do the COGIC way, right? We have all kind of church. We believe in deliverance, and we do it all. You may find us worshiping, you know, CCM one week, and then we bucket the next week. You know, we do it all. It's a very rounded mixture of worship, and the word is fresh. We try to keep the word very, because we have lineals in the church. We keep the word kind of accurate for those guys to hear it and to receive the word. And so, wife and I preach together. Another thing is we preach together. You hear my voice, as you can hear. I have had 11 operations in my throat, 11 surgeries.
11
surgeries and radiation therapy.
Wow.
But God has kept me, and so I'm thankful to that. And so my wife, we preach together. We don't preach alone. I haven't preached alone in probably 8 years.
Really?
Really.
You're like the second one I've heard that does that. A good friend of mine, Pastor Ben Tankard, preaches with his wife, and you know, then they have two podiums side by side.
No, we do one. We have what happened is the Lord gave me this model, I guess, you know, to do this, and so I prepared the message myself. My wife, I don't see anything until it's time to preach, and so she sing it when she sing it the first time on the pulpit. It's a tag team. That's how we do it. But she flows in the prophetic in such a way that without even knowing my notes beforehand, she'll shoot the words. You got to come by one day and check us out, man. It's just
I'm gonna come by. You know, I forget where my keys at. I'm coming by.
It's something to see, man. It's something to see,
man. So she doesn't. No notes. She never sees your notes.
I don't want to see it because she overthinks it. I want to hear what God is saying in that moment. And so, and ironically, our bishop called me. Bishop Lyles called us last week and said I preached for a works meeting. So it's us, not me. First time they'll have a tag team husband and wife in our works meeting in 95 years. But it's going to be on the Thursday night of our congregation. Work meeting, excuse me. So yeah, we're excited about this sharing this new way of ministry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me about your music. Tell me about what makes your music different.
So prior to pastoring, I played organ. I think I told you before. I used to be the organist for the Missions and Evangelist Department when they first began the convention separately. When UNEC was disbanded,
yeah.
And the first Mission Evangelist Department convention was in Baltimore, and Mother Joyce Stanley was the director of music. She hired me on the spot when I played for her. I became an organist. I traveled with that convention from Baltimore. I think we went to Louisiana, Florida, California, Ohio. I traveled about 8 years just as the organist for that convention, and I was there when AIM became a thing. I was still playing for missions. Yeah, and so I had a group years ago, like 25 years ago, Eric Scott Company, and so we did a reunion in 2015.
Yeah,
of those a 20-year reunion of those singers. And man, the stuff was great. It was, but I ended up using all of our children came in the studio and did overdubs. It was amazing. All our kids came in and sang for us. And so these kids came in and smashed it, man. So, but then I got sick and I had all these operations and everything that happened. So we decided to just kind of table the music for a second and then just deal with me getting better. Well, now I'm in a better place. You know, I could talk. Before it was just air coming out with no sound at all.
Wow.
Yeah, it was rough, man. It was a rough time. And so we thank God for that. So I'm better now. So we're going to go ahead and just see what happens with this music. I mean, I have some great producers, Kenny Shelton, great producers, a good friend of mine. I raised him up musically pretty much. Justin Savage, Mike Reed, Adam Johnson, these young guys who play for Potter's House, different places now, but came up under me initially. And so they came back and played for my project. And it's I mean, I like it. So
well, that's what matters.
Yeah, so it's time to let this music go. I've written for other artists before, national artists. I write as well.
You do. What do you think? What techniques goes into writing a good song that you can share with our audience?
I gotta like it first of all. The melody has to make sense to me. The melody, the message as well has to make sense to me. I don't like just write songs just for the sake of a jam. There's a space for that, but I'm not that guy. I write songs that speak either typically God's heart towards us or our heart towards God. Kind of my thing.
This is powerful. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to open my site. Pastor, I see your members are online right now, watching our broadcast, and we're going to bring in Darrin in just a few seconds. But your members are watching our broadcast right now. What I want to do is, let me do something very special. I want to be a blessing to about 25 of your members on our radio page. So sometime this week, I'll put out a notification. But we're gonna, those little speakers, those portable speakers, like they're like boom boxes almost,
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna bless about 50 people with those. We're gonna just give them away.
Praise God.
But I need, if you are a member of Lighthouse right now, I need you to go. Don't leave the interview, but go to brosteveradio.com. It's at the bottom, brosteveradio.com, and get on that list right now so you can be one of those 25 who get that. And also, we're going to bless 25 people with a $300 dining certificate. So how about that? So if you're a member of Lighthouse, I need you to go to brosteveradio.com, put your name on the email list, and we're going to send a notification, say, come get some goodies, and we're going to be a blessing. So we're going to see, okay, they say, yes, it's on my play. Eric Scott is one of the greatest songwriters of our time. That's what Rusty says.
Wow, thanks, Rusty, man.
That's what Rusty says. And I'll say, my favorite is I'll Be All Right.
Yeah, that song is so old, man. But I think my sister Marie Brown Clark recorded it again on her project that she recorded. Her title song for that project was I'm getting old now. It Ain't Over Till God Says Over. That was that project. Anyhow, I write for her. She's another my friend write for as well. So yeah, we try to be out here, man. Just trying to write what I feel God is saying to us and us to Him.
Well, let's bring in Darrin right now. So everybody knows, Darrin, you are at a school some people like, some people don't like.
I'm at the illustrious Morgan State University, the national treasure.
He
got nothing to do with the coast. The national treasure. I'm just putting that out there.
He just made it real plain and simple. The Morgan State University. Make sure everybody know I'm at the Morgan State University. Doc, how's everything at Morgan State? Let me give a shout out to. Let me see. I've got. Let me give away these. Let me see who is actually going to get some goodies right now. Tashay, is that how you pronounce it? Tashay. God bless you, Tashay. I see you just jumped on our list. Thank you so very much. You'll be one of the people who will get that $300 restaurant certificate and those Bluetooth speakers. So all you gotta do is go to brosteveradio.com right now, and you can get one of the Bluetooth speakers. And Darrin is the comedian. All right, Tashay. She just hooked herself up. Dorian out there. Thanks, Dorian. You see, people don't know. This is real time live. So when you go on, I'm going to send out an email this week and say, hey, claim your gifts. And we're just going to bless you. It's going to be real simple. Just click here and claim your gift and get you some good stuff. Darrin, let's talk about your music, Doc. Okay, there it is. See, and it's real, huh? Let me see. Boom, he's hitting the button right now. I'm going to see if he tells 5 of his classmates in school right now. Let's get some comments out there. Oh, people are loving it. Darrin.
Hey, I have no pride. There's no reason for that. I'm going to get mine.
He gonna get his.
I'm next in line.
He is next in line. You let me say this: Lighthouse is on fire. I'm gonna talk about this for like days because Lighthouse is really on fire out there. And let's go Longhorn. Yeah, okay. Let's go Longhorn. All right. I don't know. It's gonna get good. He said, oh, and somebody said, what site is it again? It's Bro Steve Radio. It's at the bottom of the screen. BroSteveRadio.com. Don't go to BroSteve.com because you're not gonna get the goodies. BroSteveRadio.com. So just go to BroSteveRadio.com and let's make it happen. All right. Get you some goodies. All right. Is that good, Doc?
Sounds good.
Brother Steve Radio from Hollywood, California. My very special guest this week is dual father and son recording artist from the East Coast. East Coast in the house. East Coast
East
Pastor
side,
Eric
east side.
Scott, Darrin Scott. How y'all doing, Doc?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Doing
Good.
well.
Eric
Doing
Scott,
well.
man, you are a pastor. Tell us about your church.
Well, our church is Lighthouse Spiritual Center. Lighthouse Spiritual Center. We are a wonderful church that's servicing the millennials, I believe, in this time. There are a ton of them in the church, and they love God, and they are really trying their best to get to heaven, man. And we're in the hood. We're a church in the city of Baltimore.
Yeah, but I like what you said. You said we're a church of millennials, and we're trying our best. Everybody's not perfect. We're trying our best. If you're listening to our broadcast on the radio right now, somebody wants to get on the radio page as well. Go to BroSteveRadio.com. Listen to our broadcast. Go to BroSteveRadio.com. Darrin Scott, you're at this wonderful college right now. You're coming to us live. Tell us about that college you're at right now. The who?
I'm at the illustrious Morgan State University. I'm in my 4th year here. I'm getting a bachelor's of arts in music, and it's just like dual enrollment program, so I'm getting a master's of arts in teaching music at the same time.
Wow, he's going to be double as smart, double as good, double as talented, but he's double as known as his father. Pastor Scott, you are a writer. Tell us some of the songs you've written and some people you've written with so people can understand who you really are.
So, Red Brown Clark recorded one of my songs, I'll Be All Right. That's probably the more notable one. I write for GNWA every year. GNWA,
Wow.
I write for them every year. They recorded maybe 9-10 of my songs throughout the course of the years. We wrote for Dorsey before. We kind of do convention center. I love writing for big choirs. And of course, my group is recording. Other groups and locally have recorded some of my songs as well.
What makes your music different? What can you say, Pastor Scott, that when they hear your sound, what makes you different? How can you describe your sound?
I'm a worshiper first. I'm a worshiper. I love worshiping God, and it comes out in the music. It comes out in whether it be an up-tempo song or a ballad. You can still hear my heart through the music. And I'm trained classically at the Morgan State as well. The Morgan State University.
Wow.
Trained classically.
Wow.
From the Morgan State University.
Darrin, you're in school right now. You have a double major, but you're also a gospel recording artist. What makes your music different? What's your sound? Who could you say that you sound like the Baird sisters, or Thomas Dorsey, or Kirk Franklin? I threw that out there. Who do you say your sound is like?
I don't know. I wouldn't really try to compare myself to somebody. Comparison thief of joy. But I try to just I model after my dad. I don't really sing for laud and for all the fancy things, and that was cool. I mean, that's fun and all, but any music that I'm putting out, it's my song to God. Like my song Grace, that one it's strictly a prayer. I mean, it's talking the whole time. So I don't know if I've developed them as much of a sound as I would say that I really enjoy worshiping.
You know what? We're gonna play a clip from your Dead song, a song entitled "He Gave His All."
Yes.
And it's Bro Steve Radio from Hollywood, California. Gonna hear a quick snippet of this song, and let's check it out so people can kind of hear a little bit of those great things that you have, and they can kind of enjoy the song. Here it is. I need y'all to get up on your feet with me. Come on, as we sing this song. We gotta give God our best praise on tonight. Yeah. Now, you was wondering why I was singing, and I'll tell you why I was singing very simply, so I can put it on my resume that I actually sang with Eric Scott. Nah, it's on my resume. I sang with Pastor Eric Scott.
Oh my God. It is so.
I like that. I mean, it's got the live sound, the live feel, and everything. What do you find it easier to record live in the studio, or do you like it, to be in the studio, or would you have like a live recording? That right there sounded like it was like 200 people in the choir, and it was like 100 people in the audience, and 1,000 people in the audience. That was off the chain.
It was a live recording, yeah, and we had the original group that was there from 20 years ago, and then we had some of our kids singing as well with us on stage, and then it was of course a large live audience there as well. Yes, I prefer that because it captures the experience of what's happening in the room. Sessions are nice too. I mean, studio sessions are nice because you can really kind of perfect what you want to perfect. But the live thing is just whatever happens, just capture, let's go with it. Just you practice hard and get together.
Yeah.
And,
because when you live, as many live recordings I've done, you live, the spirit comes in, the anointing happens, the flow. You may be in the studio, you trying to pump the spirit to come in, but the air conditioner on, it's cold, dog. Ain't no spirit coming in today. Only thing coming in is an air filter and some heat. So I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you're right. It's that whole live sound, the music, the organ, the keys, everything. Darrin, you got a song that's off the chain. Yes. Tell me about your song, Doc.
Thank you. My song is called Grace. I actually wrote that song when I was in high school. And I didn't do anything with it for like 4 years, or like 4 or 5 years. And then, during the pandemic, we were doing things. And then, I got a little nudge from God. He was like, it's time to do something with that. You've just been sitting on it. So I taught it to my home church, and they knocked it out the park. And I said, all right, shoot, well, let's just put it out there. So I called some of my friends. They helped me, do some overdubs or whatever. And, Grace was out. I put it out on my 21st birthday.
Wow. January
13th, 2021.
Wow. Great. Yes, Pastor.
I want to add one thing as well. I'm so proud of my sons. So Darrin wrote the song.
Yeah. My older brother, Aaron.
Middle son.
Hands down, he's the GOAT. He plays the bass. He's one of the greatest bassists to come out the DMV. And yes, I will stand on that forever and ever. Amen.
Forever and ever. Do you endorse that? And do you endorse that announcement?
I completely endorse it. My name is Darrin Scott, and I approve this message.
Oh, you approve that message? Okay.
But no, he produced my project. He was my main producer. Him and David Simmons is another keyboardist, producer from Baltimore. They helped me out. I wanted to shout them too. I definitely forgot. Thank you, Dad, for reminding me.
Let's hear a clip of your song, Darrin Scott, song entitled Grace. I'm Brother Steve from Hollywood, California.
Great is your mercy, everlasting grace for me. Say great is, oh, great is your mercy, everlasting.
Still care. You don't get no more. You gotta go buy it. Not on my show. You got to go buy that thing.
Go and buy it. It's so good.
Buy it. So what? The Scots are Baltimore's royalty, no doubt.
Oh man.
Amen.
I thought they were talking about me. Okay, so thank you. Somebody said sing, brother. Thank you. So I wanted to put it on my resume that I sung on the Scots music.
Brother Steve.
I'm in a meeting right now. So go ahead, Pastor. Yes, sir.
Listen, what you just heard just now, this any given Sunday. That's how Darrin flows. Our services, he's our Minister Music Church. He takes us in like this every week. He goes hard at it. And I'm proud of all my sons. I got one on the organ, one on the bass. I play keys from time to time in the church. But these guys are just phenomenal. I thank God for my sons, man. I really am.
Pastor, who's in the kitchen cooking?
Their mother. No. No. Listen, so it's called Team Scott. Right?
Team Scott. Okay.
So we call
Come on, y'all. Hashtag that to me. Hashtag in the comments. Team Scott. Team Scott.
All hands on deck. We all know when we come in the church, it's time for ministry. Whatever you got going on,
everybody
get that in your car and let's go. Team Scott.
If I gotta preach out, we all together, Team Scott. And then it's not just it's the Scott boys, right? And then our church come along, they all become Team Lighthouse. We all go hit hard everywhere we go.
Yeah,
we rode hard there. We rode deep.
So that means
you see how they wrote up in your comments. Lighthouse strong.
Lighthouse is strong. Okay. There's Team Scott. Now let me say, if I come to your church, can I get on the organ and just?
I'm gonna pick you up from BWI myself.
You will?
Mm-hmm.
Is it an SUV with air conditioning and dark tinted windows? Or
we got a 2014 Dodge Avenger with tinted windows, so you know what you want to do.
It don't matter me, Doc. You can pick me up in a Pinto, as long as I'm getting there. It's transportation. You know what I mean? Doc, see that? You open up a can. Doc, I had to go somewhere and do a workshop and speak one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
The host picked me up and put me in the back seat. I'm cool, right? And I was in Colorado. So when I got off the plane, it was bucko -9 degrees. I'm coming from California. Do you know they actually rolled me around and ran errands and then picked up their daughter, put her in the back seat. Then they went to Walmart and they said, my wife needs some hair. So Brother Steve, we're going to go to Walmart. They pulled in the parking lot and they all got out the car. So I got out too. They said, Steve, you straight? I said, Doc, I'm not sitting in this cold car. I'm getting out too. And then I went in Walmart, and you know the heater that blow at the top, you know, I'll be out in a minute. You know, the heater that blow like that horse. You know, the heater that blow, you know, the heat. I stood at the door. He says, so when we got back in the car, the pastor said, Brother Steve, is everything okay? I said, yeah, I'm cool, Doc. You know, he said, do you have low blood or you're anemic? I said, no, I'm from California and I'm cold. Period. And I want to go to the hotel. So they took me to the hotel. That joint didn't even have 3 floors. I'm like, what's this? They said,
motel.
No, this is
Come on, Colorado.
Motel.
So I was like, you know, I'm trying to stay somewhere where they got at least an elevator and a lobby. So I'm like, it wasn't no elevator. I was like, okay. And then I'm gonna keep going to the store. So then they said, okay, Steve, we got joint rooms. I said, joint rooms? Yeah, your room is next to me and my wife's room. I said, oh, okay, Pastor, no problem.
The one from Walmart?
You're right, the one from Walmart. Doc, I moved they don't know, you know, you mess with me. I got points. I moved my stuff so fast. How I'm gonna be sitting in my room hearing the pastor? I said, no, Doc. I moved my grip so fast, I was gone. It was like so they called me, Brother Steve, we're knocking on your door. They had booked connecting rooms. So I just thought we could just walk between the rooms, you know, while we're fellowshipping. Ain't no walking here, Doc. I'm from California, I'm from LA.
No, sir. None of
I
that.
left, booked my own stuff, was gone. It's like, Steve, we're knocking on the door trying to find you. No, Doc, I'm somewhere else. Oh my God. Tell me what time I got to speak at the seminar. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Then one group left me at the airport and picked me up like 2 hours later. I was like, okay, and I'm cool, you know. Then they stopped and got some ribs. I was like, okay, you know, I gotta do better. I gotta go to Baltimore with the Scots, where at least they pick me up with tinted windows, you know. So
come on through, we ready for you.
You ready for me? But I heard that bass in that song.
Yeah.
Why is your mic muted, Darrin? We live. You texting? Okay, I'm gonna pick with Darrin now. You know, Darrin, we can't even hear you, Darrin. Okay, that's what we're gonna do, y'all. People are commenting. Okay, Darrin, can you sing that song a cappella? Stand by and go ahead and swallow. In 3, 2, 1.
Let me see.
Don't find the track.
I don't got no track. I'm just trying to give me a G. I don't got perfect pitch.
Oh my gosh, that's a music major.
I don't have perfect pitch. I had to pull up a piano. I see myself pull a G real quick.
Darrin, A flat. A flat.
It was a long way. We might. Okay.
Great is your mercy. Is it cold in the room?
Great is your grace. Great is your mercy.
Here he goes, y'all. Here it comes.
Everlasting grace for me. Great is your grace. Great is your mercy. Everlasting grace for me.
You nailed it, Doc. I ain't gonna lie. See, everybody can't, because see, what happened was
I gotta get a water bottle or something beside me.
I mean, what you need, Doc? You need some
Yeah, I'm gonna just grab it. Pass it to me.
Awesome. We're gonna get you some icy hot too as well. You put that on your vocal cords.
Yeah, put that right back here.
You and the gospel dog. Okay, Doc, you did good. I mean, that because everybody can't do that on the spot live. And when you're a good singer, I'm celebrating 4 decades in this entertainment industry. If you are a good singer, you can drop it on the spot. Don't hear nothing about my throat, the weather. I don't hear none of that. No. When you're good at what you do, you can drop it on the spot. Right now, I can go to Burger King or Pizza Hut and say, Pastor Scott, give me a sermonette. And he can break it down in 13 minutes and 8 seconds with 10 minutes left over. Because I mean, the word is just in them, you know, and it's just natural. If you're a gospel artist out there and you want me to interview you, I'm gonna open the door for 2 people right now. So you want to interview like this? Just go inbox me here or go to the website and let me get you on too, because the Scots, we just having a good time with the Scots. Pastor Scott, what is your future for your music career? Because you're a pastor. Now hold on. You're a pastor. You raised a wonderful family. Everybody can't be at the Kent State University, right? My alma mater. I threw that out there. My school, Kent State. So I didn't
Morgan
say
State.
Okay.
Morgan.
Morgan State. Okay. Morgan State. You got your son in college, double majors, your children in the church. Let me ask you this question. What is the key to keeping your kids in the ministry? You're doing something right. You and your wife are doing something right.
I can tell you the first thing is I did it first.
Okay.
So my father was a pastor.
Whoa.
Of our church, and I think I'm the 6th generation COGIC. My great I think it's 6. I'm not mistaken. Bishop Mason installed my great uncle in North Carolina. He was the first COGIC pastor in the state, in that area.
Now that's old. That's a long time ago.
And so it's like I'm generations of COGIC. But what happens is we lived it out. My father lost his vision from diabetes, and as I served him through this whole sickness.
You can stop right there. The conversation's over. You can start right there because you said the main line. Everybody get a hold of what he just said. I served him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I served him when they talked about you, when you were still going, when they was trying to whisper in your ear, Doc, you should go and take the church now. Why you can't? No, I can tell your spirit. I can tell your heart. You know, I'm a member of West Angeles. I served Bishop Blake as an armor bearer for 30 years for free. No salary, no pay, because you serve. Now I'm being blessed by some things with a beautiful wife, a daughter. You serve. People laugh at the guys carrying the briefcase, but you know, God's favor will get you where your money can't buy you, Doc.
Listen, serve in excess. Yeah, and I served my dad. As a matter of fact, quick story.
Yeah,
I played drums first.
Okay.
And my dad played piano. And so he wanted a piano player. People kept coming to church, audition for our church, but no one ever fit in. He said, Lord told him to pray for my hands. He called me off the drums one Sunday.
Really?
Yes, to the front of the church. Knowing my hands were all, him and the sister pastor, they prayed over my hands. I was like this, like, you know, hurry up, please, I'm ready to go back to these drums. And then this was on a Sunday. That next week or so, I could start hearing music. I don't know how. I could play it. I could hear them play it. And everybody that's my church knows I'm telling the truth. Sisters that are on here as well. I could hear the music and play it. It was God. It was scary at first. God didn't even know what was going on. I could hear it. I could play music than I played before. And then God developed the gift to what it is become today. I still serve as music for Greater Maryland here in our area. But the gift that people have been enjoying for these years came out of my father's prayer for me. And so I made sure to serve with my gift that came as a result of his hearing God. I served that gift to him for free. I served with him that church with that gift until he passed away. I made sure that I was not going to leave him. And I had offers to go places. I had offers to play places.
Oh.
You know, a lot of offers. I mean, I can't even, you know, but I wasn't leaving Dad. I was not going to leave my spiritual father. I wrote a book, you know, called Church Psalmist. And I talk about it in my book. I'm talking about, like, yes, sir.
Hold on, where can they find that? You got a copy of it. Don't go looking for it if it's not right there. But you have I mean, is it? Do I need to turn the camera? Darrin, you got one? I'll turn the camera.
Looking for mine. Mine is at my room at home.
Wow.
Oh, it is. It's on Amazon right now. But yeah, is it in your room upstairs there? It's here.
I think it should be on my bookshelf in my room upstairs, but I'm not sure.
I'm gonna pause the camera.
On a call talking about what's.
I'll tell you what. We going. We live.
I'm pause the camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause. No, don't pause it. I'm gonna take you off. How about that? We're gonna take Dad off while he go to the room and go find a comment. We're gonna promote his book. We want to promote his book and get out there. Darrin, what do you want to say as a college student? How do you sustain being a college student, loving the Lord, doing what you got to do all at the same time? Now, everybody who supports Darrin, Minister of Music out there, let me hear from you. Give me a shout out. Thank you for those who've reached out to me. Thank you for the people who've sown a Cash App seed into our ministry. I'm just grateful, but you know, let me just have people go to our site. Darrin, what do you want to say to the people out there?
You asked me what it's like to be a college student.
College student and save. I mean, it's a lot of temptation going on, Doc, out there.
Say it one more time. It was breaking up.
It's a lot of temptation.
Yeah, it
being
is.
a college student, and yet you're going to church, you're serving at the church, you're doing all you can. How do you do it?
I'm gonna say, like someone said it to me, which is you're gonna do what your mind is made up to do. You know? So like, you know, if you love God and you want to spend time with him, you do that. It's like if I love somebody, I'm gonna spend time with them. It's what I do, you know? So that's kind of what I have to do. I keep my mind made up. I'm gonna make time for God no matter how many assignments I have. If I have gigs outside of school, I'm going to spend time with God because that's what I want to do. So I don't know how that works in terms of advice. I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, that it's real because that's true advice. Because you're saying that's a good, powerful point. I may have to use that one day. You're doing what your mind is made up to do.
Yep.
If you want to go to college and start cutting up, acting a fool, embarrass the whole Scott family, then that's going to be on you. It'll come back on you. But you said a good point. You're doing what your mind is made up to do. Tell me about your dad's book.
Okay, the Church Psalmist. I love the book. And I'm not just saying that because he's my dad, but like I genuinely enjoyed the book. I can remember being a child. I didn't really know how to read, but I knew the cover was cool. So I was like, this is nice. And that looks like my last name. So this must be my dad's name, you know? That was like, I want to say like, it was before kindergarten. I can't remember. but I had found this book in the back of the car and I was just reading it. I didn't know how to read, but I was trying to.
Really?
Yes, I can literally remember being in the back of the car just turning the pages as if I could read. And Dad was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "This is your book." And so, but nah, I really enjoyed that book. I read it over and over again. I read it once because he was my dad, and I read it once as if my dad didn't write it. I tried to like ignore every time it said Scott or anything, you know.
So you were reading this book before you could read. So basically, all this was being put in your spirit.
Yeah. I'm talking. I don't know if you have the old cover or the new cover. Do you got the one with the stained glass?
I think it's the old cover.
Old cover. It's the old cover.
Yes, the stained. Y'all see that? That's the exact book
Because I was going to say
in the back seat. The church psalmist with the stained glass windows. That's a cool cover. You know, as a kid, I'm like, I want to read that.
Because I was like, if that's the new cover, I'm like, Dr. Scott, we need to have a conversation, Doc, with the graphic arts department. So, right, put it on your beeper.
So the book says at the bottom, the subscript says, a message to the singers and musicians who minister in the house of God. I wanted to write a song for the people who write a book for the people who actually work in the church, who play and sing in church. It was important to me to really have something
manual. That's what I was.
Yeah.
Saying. As a singer in church, going back and reading the book, it's like, okay, this is good. Like, and then I'm never saying I could use my dad, but like I have read the book, took some teachings out of it, applied them, and I was like, okay, this works. I like this. You know.
And my friend Bishop Garrett did the dedication during that war, who was a world famous orchestra
composer. He's the owner of
composer.
I don't know if you know the orchestra, but that's him. That's his brainchild.
He did the forward for us. But some of the titles, I'm out of breath trying to find this book there.
No. Don't take your time, Doc. I don't want you to just stick on the broadcast because I can't come catch you. You know, I call 911 and say, somebody at this address ain't feeling too good. You may want to go check on them. So, no, take your time, Pastor. So I know you're tired.
Yeah. So. One of the titles, one of the chapters is called The Life Behind the Music. And I talk about the fact that you can't live any kind of way. And people do it now, but it shouldn't be that way. Living any kind of way and then working in the church.
Go hide beyond the veil because you talking some serious stuff that's going on. I mean, they doing all kind of foolishness and buffoonery out there. And then you want me to sit up at your musical or your concert and say, "Come on, lift your hands." No, I'm lifting my hands, Doc. I can't lift my hands right now.
Yeah,
I'm going on YouTube my praise right now. I'm not with that stuff.
And one of the chapters is called "The Song and the Sword," and it talks about how it's important that the preachers and the musicians work in tandem to get the ministry done. You can't fight each other in the pulpit and the choir stand. That's not effective ministry. So I just took time and that was some things that I've taught in workshops throughout the years, and kind of put in book form. So it's a short read, it's not a long book. I know we just want to read long. These guys who play won't read long books.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like. Matter of fact, I went through my whole college career and didn't check one book out the library.
But Steve,
and guess what? I graduated the #1 African American at Kent State University in broadcasting.
Amen.
Because I knew the system. But what did I do? The trick everybody didn't know. What do people do? They go to the library, check out a book, and then they go put in their backpack and they walk around campus for 2 weeks with the book in their backpack. Then they sit in their dorm room, they read the book. No, what I did was I had library hours, Sunday through Thursday from 6 p.m. to 10. Eat dinner at 5. I'm walking to the library, Kent State University, 11th floor. You can meet me there from 6 to 10. If I had a meeting, get out the meeting, get to the library, study table. No talking, no socializing, reading and studying. Leave the book in the library for somebody else who didn't know that, because what I got is God-given talent. He gave me this in my spirit. Study the books in the library and then read what you can. That way you can get other books as reference.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
But if your book was in the library, I would check it out.
That's good.
Yeah. But let me give you a trick, though. If you want to sell the book and let me give you this free tip to anybody out there who writing the book or you're doing the CD. This is what I did. Contact the librarian association and sell your CDs to them. So while everybody's going to churches saying, "Oh, can you buy my new CD? Can you buy my track? Can you buy my new song? Can you get my new CD? It's only $10. Oh, it's only $20." No. Anyway, you do a whole concert, you sell 2 CDs. I'm not doing that. I'm a producer. I make DVDs. So I contact the library association, cut a deal with them, have them buy my DVDs in bulk. They send me the check. I send them the bulk of DVDs. They went to all libraries everywhere. People can check it out, read it. It's promotion, marketing for me. I got a check. They got my DVD. It's a good day. No begging, no kicking, no screaming. Go to the library. Everything's free.
It's good.
Let me just write that down real
quick. It's free. If you're sitting there with your little tired song, some of these artists, your song is tired. Your CD cover is jacked up. You look like a fugitive on the back of a pancake box. Get your graphics redone. Get your stuff fixed up right. Take your little tired stuff. Get them remixed in the studio, and then get it right. Then take your music down to the local car wash on the Saturday afternoon between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the high traffic. Set up a speaker, a microphone, cut a deal with the car wash owner, and put air fresheners in everybody's car with your logo on it. So their car gonna smell good for the next 2 weeks. They're gonna think about you, and you probably get a sale and have your CDs and just keep singing.
Listen, you talking good, sir. teaching us.
Go back to school before this, whenever this is over. I sure am.
How many sick people are out there? How many of y'all have gone to the nursing homes? You drive past them every week. Did you know the nursing homes have a budget for entertainment? Contact 15 nursing homes in your community. Tell them you like to be a part of their community program. Hook up with them. They got a budget. I got one of my clients. He gets paid full time. He's a one-man show to go do it. He sings at nursing homes full time. They have a budget for what's called activities. So while you trying to sing at everybody's music and concert, seeing the same people looking like recycled government cheese and the tired cologne you got from the 8th. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but anyway, go sing at nursing homes. Go sing at the nursing home, people. I mean, it's an educational moment.
You know what? You're telling the truth. This is true. When I was in college, Brother Steve, when I was in college, I did the same kind of thing. I worked for a place, I won't say the name of it, but I came in on one day a week and played for the people. These were people who in adult daycare. I played for them. And they loved me. They loved the music. Just playing music. They couldn't sing. Just playing for them. And they loved it.
They love you. They appreciate you. They can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah.
And then some of them may have a little 401k to be a little blessed. Oh, baby, what organization you got? Oh, mother, we just got a little. So let me give you $10,000. Okay. I was at the right place at the right time. Somebody put $10,000 in my bank account the next day. Because I said, no, let me take care of this first. Then I get that. It said, well, because you were humble like that, we're gonna bless you with $10,000. I come on, y'all. See, I can go on this in my online training school. That's what we talk about. I talk about all these people. You're saying, oh, how can I make it happen? You got everybody in that area, in a 10-mile area of the Scotch. You need to be up at their church. Not telling you to join, but when they have a workshop or a seminar, come there and get some pointers. If somebody's doing what you trying to do, emulate them. Go figure it out. I go write people. I write business people and successful people and millionaires that say, if I write you, will you write me back? Yeah, okay, I'm going to write you a letter. 22-cent stamp. My dear friend owns about 25 Burger Kings and 50 Pizza Huts. And I went to Pizza Hut and bought a pizza, ate the pizza, took the box, mailed it to her, and said, hey, she's one of my clients. We're dear friends. You got to be creative, people. Wake up, church.
Yeah, that's good.
I might do some stuff for the Scots because y'all sitting on so much, and y'all need to take advantage of Pastor. He's a legendary songwriter. He's a musician. You know, we got to think. This is 2022. We got to think outside the box. You know, I mean, y'all don't want to see me in the store. My wife is doing that. She's like, "This, oh, here we go." Yeah. Because there's a budget for this stuff. You know,
this is good.
Don't sell me some bad fruit. Oh, and some lettuce. Oh, it's on. It's on. Me and my grocery store manager, I got their cell phones now. We personal friends like that now. Doc, this
Wow.
cake ain't right, Doc. This you know this is nasty. You know it's stale. It ain't right. God ain't in this cake, Doc. Brother Steve, come on. All right. Now, you know you need to get the Scott CD. Okay, no problem. I'm not taking that. Now, we can do this all day. I mean, this is how we think.
Yeah.
You know,
good.
You at the Morgan State, you ain't up there for free.
Ain't.
So people be like, you know, no. You got the Scotch, y'all. Y'all doing something. You are a great example of leadership, not just the Church of God in Christ, but in the church, period. You got your family, you got your sons, you're making stuff happen. Some of these, I can't say that on the air right now because I get put up. I can't get put off my own show. But you know, it's like it is what it is. You're doing a great example, Pastor, and I hope that the members is loving on you right now, and they love you because they're gonna start commenting right now in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on, overtime. Reset the clock. I got you, Darrin. They're gonna start because they love you. That's right. See, trailblazers, they love you, Pastor, because you need to be appreciated for what you do. You are here for a reason. Your voice is the way it is for a reason. You got the Bishop Blake voice. Look where he is.
Amen. Yes, sir.
All
That's
right.
good.
So don't talk about, of my voice and the health challenges. You went through health challenges for a reason. Doc, I spent half my life in a wheelchair, breathing problems and seizures and everything, and yet won the Gospel Announcer of the Year 2 times. So I'm grateful. This is what God said do. They love you, Pastor Scott. You're there for a reason. You're overseer. They love you for a reason. If they took you out the church, you'll still be Pastor Scott. And I guarantee you, I can come to your church right now in your neighborhood and talk some trash about you, and the gang members gonna say, that's Rev. They love Rev because they do it to my daddy. Come on, somebody. Come on, Lighthouse. Where you at? I'm sorry, I ain't mean to go off, but it is what it is. We just gonna love on you, Pastor Scott. You deserve. That's right. Baltimore loves him, and we're gonna see that the whole country loves you too, Pastor Scott. Y'all doing some stuff. Some people ain't doing nothing, but y'all doing some stuff. Now, tell me something about you got coming up at your church.
Let's see. On Sunday coming, which is the 27th, 15th year anniversary, 15 years of ministry. We're celebrating. God's been kind to us. And we have a friend of ours, Bishop Tillman, come in and preach the word for us that day, 3 p.m. on Sunday, the 27th of February. And then in March, it goes further on. Oh my God, he got chips out there.
This is a movie. I might enjoy the popcorn, Doc. This is a movie.
Oh my God. and okay, well, moving on. And then March, just gonna be moving on just to other things in ministry. God's been we're gonna be going out to the neighborhood as well. Our first outdoor service since the pandemic will be we partner with our community center now, and so our kids are in the neighborhood in our church play basketball in the fellowship hall because it's too cold outside. And then we're gonna have our fellowship outside on May the 14th at Bocheck Community Center. It's gonna be awesome. We have a three tournament going to happen that day. They'll be singing, they'll be dancing. The word will be preached, testimonies, prayer tent. It's gonna be a huge event, May 14th, right across from my church at the community center. So that's kind of what we're heading at now, just those kind of things. And ironically, before pandemic, we had just planned to be in the prisons.
Yeah.
All my ministers, my staff had just submitted their applications to be able to preach in the prisons, and I got them back from them the day everything shut down. So now it's kind of getting back up again. We're going to look at going back into the prisons to preach the word of God, bring our team, our praise team, and our band, some of them, to come and just do ministry inside the walls. My armor bearer has served some time in, and he'll take a bullet for me. He's my guy. He'll take a bullet for me.
Wow.
And so I want to make sure that those people who still in, who still love God, because you're in jail, I mean that you love for God. You love God. That was the thing you made a mistake I caught, and now you got to serve the time, but you love God still. So we want to go in there and minister those people.
Pastor Scott, You know, see, this shows the authenticity of who you are, Pascal. We supposed to be on the air for what, 15 minutes? We're going in over an hour.
Oh my God!
Because this is what authentic you are. Let me share something with you, Pastor Scott, about your ministry. People down people who have made a mistake in life, and a lot of people that's in there now don't deserve to be in there. They're just called out. It is what it is. But when you give people a second chance and a third chance, they're going to love you, Doc, and they're going to take more than a bullet for you because you've given them love. You poured into them. You give them hope. You give them a second chance. And that's what it's about. Now, some people, no, Doc, I can't help you. No. But, you know, I used to have a prisoner, inmate, and he wrote me a letter. It was the most powerful letter I've gotten in my radio career. And I went to the office, got the mail, and I sat in my car and broke down and cried. He said, Brother Steve, every Saturday at 3 o'clock, I listen to your radio broadcast at 2 o'clock. And he said, Steve, I listen to your radio broadcast every Saturday at 2 o'clock. And at 1:45, my inmate friends tell me it's almost time for the gospel show. And they would remind him if he was on the yard doing anything, he would have to go listen to it on, remember the old school Walkman and the portable radio? And that's how he would listen to me. He said, I have written down every song you have played the last couple of months.
Wow.
So all this singing and with these tight clothes on, praise and worship people in suits and outfits and carrying on, help somebody else that needs to be helped, educate somebody. Ministry, I tell people all the time, Jesus and the 12 disciples turned the world upside down without phone, fax, or Facebook.
Right.
So what you doing? He didn't have a pulpit. He didn't have a cathedral or edifices. He didn't have a title. He wasn't Bishop Jesus, Apostle Jesus.
No, sir.
He wasn't suffragan Jesus. He was just Jesus, and he got something done.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That's powerful.
I'm hungry this time. I think my wife has cooked dinner. If it ain't cooked, I'm smelling something else. Pastor, you're doing great things, Doc. That's right. We're here compelling men to come. It's our mandate from God. And my life goal is to make Jesus famous. That's why I do what I do on television, radio. And I'll say it. If you're out there and you want me to interview you for your book, your CD, your business, I'm looking for 3 serious entrepreneurs that want to be out there that's serious. If you're not, then I'll give you a number to call. What do you want to say to your family before we end? Darrin, what do you want to say to your father? I'm going to give you this moment to say something to your dad.
Oh, man.
And I don't want to hear nothing like, Dad, I love you. I don't want to hear the Grammy Award speech. I know you're going to give it to me authentically, the award show speech. I know you're going to say something that's going to help people. What do you want to say to your dad?
Man, the Grammy speech is so polished. You sure? I'm kidding.
I know.
No, Dad, I do. I love you.
I got a copy of it right here, Doc. So go ahead.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank God. My label. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
I want to hear it now. But no, thank you for paving the way, making it plain, and always being there. One thing I do got to say about my dad that I want to shout out publicly. One thing about my dad, he's going to find a way to show up, even if it's not in person or something. Like, he always finds some way to, like, show up and come behind whatever I'm doing. For my birthday this year, I did an anniversary concert for the song that you played, Grace. And I'm not going to lie, I put it together last minute because, you know, I was toying with whether or not I wanted to do it. There was a lot going on at the time, schooling, you know. So, you know, Dad found out I was trying to do it, and it was, what can I do? What can I do? How can I help? You know, he opened up the church doors. He always finds a way to come behind and push whatever you're doing. And it means a lot because, you know, we labor alongside each other in the church, you know. And I serve him like he serves his dad. So, you know, it means a lot to get that pushback. Even tonight, you know, this really was this was supposed to be y'all interview. And he was like, yeah, come on, we're going to do both our songs. And I'm like, Dad, you know, it means a lot.
How many people have done both of y'all at the same time?
Nobody.
Okay. Pastor, what do you want to say about your son?
Oh, man.
So I want to say this to all my sons. Years
now,
ago.
that's a smart dad right there. See, that was a setup. and you passed it. That was a smart father, because you get off into the other one, be like, you know what? Okay, so shade. Okay, you know what? I'm not playing the bass this week. Smart dad. You know, he's like, I gotta have musical staff Sunday.
So years ago, I was prophesied to that my songs were going to be in stellar awards and all these different things, and they've been recorded. Right, a lot of them have been recorded by the people, and put on TV as well. And I have checks to prove it. Amen. It's been good, but I haven't. I thought it was going to come to that group I had, and I was kind of waiting for it to happen, and it wasn't God's will. And so, being a singer at one time, and then a voice gone, right, and then a preacher with no voice, it was a depression that would like to come on you, right? Just because, you know, I still hear songs. I write songs. You know, I still write songs now. I go to my basement and my keyboard and just, you know, can go in and worship and write a song. But a preacher came to me and to encourage me in the middle of my sickness, and she said to me, "The Spirit of God said He ain't forgot about you. He's gonna come to your sons."
Wow.
And I broke because I knew what God was saying. Doesn't mean I can't still write songs. David was a king and a priest, right? He was a priest and a psalmist. Doesn't mean I can't do both. But the legacy of my life is going to live on to my sons. And it's happening now. So every facet of me, I play, write music, and used to sing. So one of my sons sings, Darrin. He's a phenomenal singer. Other son, Aaron, he plays bass. He's playing for Tanner Man now. He's our bass player now. And so he's out there. He's in doing great things. Other son, Eric Jr., is at home with me. He's not out in the world playing. So I have different areas of ministry. All I did before, my sons are carrying out now. And I thank God for letting me be allowed to see it, to see them coming forth and doing ministry, the things that I had dreamed of doing one time. It's happening to these guys. They're overseas traveling. They've been overseas traveling, singing and playing. I was as well, but now they're doing it. So I'm just grateful to God, man, to see it, be able to live and see it come to pass.
What do you want to say to your wife real quick?
Thank you. We got married. We've been married 29 years last Monday, 29 years. We just look old, look young. But 29 years, we got married. I was in college still. And she was fresh out of the Army.
Brother Steve, he was my age when he got married. I'm 22. You were younger than me.
Yeah, 20, yeah.
He was 21 when he got married.
Wow.
And my grandmother let him.
I knew what God said. We prayed and fasted, and my dad said, "Y'all kind of young," but he didn't stop us. He still married us, gave us his blessing. But my wife, she's a preacher. She's a book author as well. She has a book out.
She does have a book. The Secret is in the Sauce. It's a 30-day devotional. It's really powerful.
It's phenomenal.
Sorry, y'all. Be quiet now.
Hold on. Her book is called "The Secret is in the Sauce."
The Secret is in the Sauce.
I have her book here. Hold on. Pause my camera. Hers right here.
Pause my camera.
Yeah, no, The Secret is in the Sauce. It's it's so hard to describe. It's my mom, like it's her testimony, like a tell-all type of thing, as well as like a devotional book. It's not necessarily geared towards women. I mean, she has a ministry to women, in like intercession and things of that nature, but it's not like a women's prayer devotional. It's a devotional. I read it myself. It's really good. It's really good. He's gonna show you what it looks like. I'm trying to think what else about it. I wish he was in here.
Well, it's right there.
There it is. Y'all see that?
Now, this book is phenomenal. She is a prophet, one of God's prophets.
Yeah.
And then she in her life, she tells her story. He tells her story here. And the thing that blessed me the most about my wife, Brother Steve, she always says she was the daughter of the book about the book. My dogs. Sorry, the dogs. I told you I got a dog.
Oh, yeah, no. I should have mine bark too.
So the book, she said, we're gonna write a book called The Preacher's Son and the Prostitute's Daughter.
Whoa.
She came from the world, and she got saved. I was raised in church, like I was in church messing up. Come on. I was a church kid, but she wasn't coming up in church. But when God saved her, he saved her so thoroughly, and then exposed her. And now she's women that are out there in the world, which is why our church is so full of these young people, because they hear her honesty, her transparency.
Yep.
She comes at them.
You talking about authenticity? That's my mom as well. She's tell it all.
amazing. And it's so I thank God for my wife. We prayed about it. When I met her, I saw her. I said, and God gave me a vision, because I was playing in the world, and God gave me a vision. I saw her and us at the altar, and I wasn't even saved good. I'm saying I was playing church, but I was that
half
guy.
saved. You was half saved. You was 54% saved.
Yeah. So I saw her.
What's up?
Yeah, right.
Let me up.
So, but God brought me to show me this my wife, and sure enough, everything I saw it happen. So I love my wife. She's a phenomenal woman of God, and gave me my band, gave me my boys, and we our Scott clan. We hanging in, we running heavy together.
I got an idea for your wife's book. It just hit me, and I got a marketing idea for your wife's book. Can you hold that book up one more time? Something just came to me.
Sure. You see it?
I get some popcorn. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Here's the idea. Okay, you can put it down now. I already got it. Do a joint partnership with a sauce company that makes sauces, and then she puts in a certain ingredient like blessed oil in the ingredients of the sauces.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of fire.
And then have it manufactured, okay, through a sauce company that she does what JV is called a joint venture with them, a sauce company. Okay, I do this every day. I make up ideas from companies and people, and this sauce has blessed oil in it. So when she goes out and speak, and people buy her book, they buy her sauce. But what makes her sauce different from all the other sauce that you put on your foods is that this sauce has blessed oil in it, and it's anointed sauce. So the healing can come as you taste your food. So the secret is not only in the sauce. Come on, somebody.
Come on, man. Come on, Brother Steve.
I know I'm something, Brother Steve. Not gonna lie.
The secret is not only in the so that way, when you have a book table, you're selling the book or the sauce or the combo. So while you're eating your food, you're pouring your sauce on the food, you're cutting it up. And now we have two sauces that have come in, and the secret is in the book and it's in the sauce. You don't ask McDonald's, what's that 2-all beef patty, special cheese, special sauce on the subject. No. You don't ask Popeyes, you don't ask KFC, you're not going to ask her what's in that sauce. But people will start calling you back with testimonies. I've had Lady Scott's sauce, and I ate it with this food.
Oh, man.
And healing has come over my mind. And let me stop, because I'll start flowing.
Man, you already don't stop. She's watching you. She's on here.
She watching me?
Yeah, she's on here. And she's writing down. She's writing down now. She got a journal. I'm sure she's journaling right now.
Oh my gosh! And somebody said her favorite dish is spaghetti. I would have see. I'm crazy. I'll have some anointed noodles, dog. That's kind of stuff I'll do. I'll have some anointed noodles called gospel noodles, and then cook noodles. Have gospel dinner, anointed noodles on Friday nights in the community, because spaghetti is cheap. It only costs 62 cents to make a bucket, right? And then serve a whole neighborhood with. And they'd be like, I ate that anointed noodles, and I came back and my chest pains was gone. The pain. You had testimonies all day. Let me stop. We're going to talk off the camera. We're off the air because everybody's getting this information, and I want you to. Yeah, give people stuff. Give people free information.
Yeah.
This is
I
awesome,
got an idea. How much do you sell your wife's book for?
$20.
I can get $100 for it. Matter of fact, I can get $150 for a book. Easily.
Go on.
Right.
I ain't tell you that secret.
Say more. Say more.
Got nothing to do with the oil. Not even the oil. I can get $150 for that book. It's about the audience, people who need it.
Yeah.
Why do people go to college? Why is your son at Morgan State? I'm sorry, the Morgan State. Why? For one reason. He's paying for education.
Yep.
Everything they're telling him there, he can find on YouTube.
Can.
But you pay for education. You pay for knowledge. Somebody going to call me because they're going to pay for my experience and what I'm going to tell you. I want to see how many people take advantage of that car wash idea. Because I got a ukulele idea that'll blow your mind with a ukulele. Yeah, simple. It's just simple things. Everybody, you think people are thinking so hard about, this and that. I can get commercials on television advertising your church while you getting dressed for church, Pastor. Yeah. On TV for $20. I'm out of here. I'm gonna stop the show.
This is good. This is just good.
Pastor, you called me. You said, Steve, can you promote my song? Let's promote everybody. Now you brought in your son. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. It makes sense. I don't know. I want to help somebody else too. People are texting, they're calling. I'm gonna help somebody else. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Next.
Cell phone blown up. Pastor, any closing words and comments?
Just pray for us as we try to fulfill this mandate in our lives, in ministry, or the church, and even just living. Just trying to live in pleasing God. Pray for my sons. They all grown now, and we have these dogs now in the house because the kids are all gone. So pray for my sons. They become all God's called them to be. They all have the mantle on them, and they all can preach. And they all but they don't want they want to try them things first, but pray that God would cover them and bring them in.
Something wrong with your eyes, Darrin? Put your eyes on that screen or cameras. Lighthouse, let me hear from you, Lighthouse. Let me hear you in the comment right now. It's like ukulele. Yeah, I can work a ukulele. I know I work I can tell you some of the ukulele and blow your mind out. Lighthouse, thank you so much for joining. Doc, you got good church, you got good people. I've interviewed some pastors, and none of their members said hi, except two, and that was the wife, and I ain't gonna say the other word. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you for having this.
Okay, it's the Scott. Get the song, get the record, get all their books, and we're gonna probably come back maybe in a couple of weeks when you find out about that book and everything else.
We love
I want to hear from you. Bro Steve, go to brosteve.com, brosteveradio.com. Go to brosteveradio.com, and if you want to talk to me, call me up tonight. I'll take two calls. 1-888-998-4677. Yes, Darrin. Yes, Darrin. Yes.
Get it.
Okay. I got one for you too, Darrin. So
okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna let you hold me, Darrin. Call me up when tell you want 1-888-998. It's a long time now.
Oh man, yes.
So I'm gonna take two calls tonight. I'm gonna take two calls live. 1-888-998-4677. But you got 10 minutes to call me, because after that, I'm out of here. Time to go. Got to go see my wife and daughter, who's on the other side of the house, and spend time with the family. Pastor, it's been great. We're gonna stay on the line for 2 extra minutes, Pastor.
That's
I want
fine.
to give you some information to help your wife and the family and stuff like that as well.
Amen.
So, all right. Anything else you want to say, Pastor? Anything else you want to say, Darrin?
Jamal?
Anything else you want to say?
Stay tuned, y'all. We got new music coming out this year. This is the year we're going for it.
There you go. All right.
Yes.
Now, and it's official. You heard my gospel dog. From Hollywood, California, Brother Steve is out of here. Stay on the line. Go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. We'll see y'all soon.
We go That's how we rep the price. We don't apologize for. And I work with a producer. We can take your record and make it a break and make no